Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good day to my dear panels. I am NUR AMIRA, BINTI RASHID with metric number DN180085, and this is my poster. My supervisor is Technologist Dr. Aisyah binti Muhammad Rehan. My co-supervisor is Dr. Anzasari binti Muhammad Kasim. I am going to be presenting about evaluation of butterfly pea flowers by characterization of antioxidant compounds and potential antioxidant soap. So I am going to start my presentation with abstract. So for abstract, this study was performed to evaluate the antioxidant compounds found in Clitoria extract obtained. The PPH assay was conducted in this study as a form of analysis of antioxidant compound in Clitoria extract with ascorbic acid used as the standard. The absorbance values were measured using UV spectrophotometer at 517 nanometer. Though the PPH assay was fully performed, the result obtained from the assay did not fully match with other published study. This discrepancy in this result may be due to the extraction method applied to obtain the butterfly pea flower extract or the instability of the extract over time. Additionally, this study also conducted survey based on the potential antioxidant soap made from Clitoria extract. Once the soap was made and packaged, the soap were distributed among 30 respondents, and the respondents were asked to answer a questionnaire survey to study their preferences in soap and feedbacks after using this potential antioxidant soap from Clitoria ternatea. In this survey, it is shown that after initial trial, respondents are most likely interested to use this butterfly pea flower soap. A prospective study that follows the respondent using this soap over a period of time will be able to provide significant data of its potential. Lastly, the estimation of cost analysis based on this soap shown that this soap has the potential of commercialized in the market as it can obtain high amount of profit per product sold. Next is research scope, where I'm going to briefly explain what is the significance of my study. The focus of this research is on how to analyze the Clitoria extract in terms of antioxidant components and activity, as well as to experiment the potential of producing antioxidant soap using Clitoria flowers. Recently, there are strong consumer demand and interest in natural and safe cosmetics and skincare, including antiseptic soaps that are plant-based, biodegradable, and free of artificial colorings or preservatives. Increasing the antioxidant defense layer in the human body system will eventually aid in lowering free radicals from harming cellular components. The PPH assay is commonly used to determine the scavenging activity of free radical by observing the color reduction of the PPH solution as a stable radical. During the soap making process, saponification is described as the process of combining triglycerides with strong base to generate fatty acid metal salts. This soap making process will further discuss in the methodology. In this study, also to analyze the perception of users based on their usage of butterfly pea flower soap. This is to identify their effects and feedbacks on what to improve for further medicinal usage of butterfly pea flower soap. Next is my research objectives, which there are 3 objectives that needed to be achieved. First is to perform antioxidant assay of Clitoria extract using 2,2-dephanyl 1-picohydroxyhydrate DPPH assay. Next is to produce Clitoria soap using the extract. Lastly is to survey the perception of Clitoria extract as soap by sample distribution and surveys to 30 respondents. In methodology, this research started by obtaining butterfly pea flower extract with the concentration of 100 mg per ml. The extract is for 70 ml of extract. The extract was divided by 2, which the first one is to prepare the antioxidant soap, the other one is to prepare the antioxidant assay, which is the PPH using the extract. Let me start with the first one. Clitoria extract, soap base, and water are the formulation's active components that was used in this soap making process. The formulas for the production process of 30 exact butterfly pea flower soaps with weight of 0.1 gram and size measurement is 3.5 cm times 2 cm times 1 cm each. In this study, 150 gram of soap base was used and 46 ml of water is added to the mixture. Only 0.01 gram of butterfly pea flower extract was needed for this process, as the extract itself are already concentrated and it required to be diluted with water added in the formula. The mixture was melted in the 700-watt microwave for 3 minutes. After that, the soup was poured into silicone mold and left to cool at room temperature before placing it into chiller for about 3 to 4 hours to set. The survey was prepared using Google Form before distributed among respondents. Survey was then distributed to 30 respondents with various ages. After the respondents responded to the form, the analysis of survey is performed, in which to identify the post effect and users' preference after using the soap sample. Next is to identify the antioxidant compounds using the DPPH assay. The antioxidant activity of butterfly pea flower extract was measured using UVV spectrophotometer. Firstly, 1 millimolar of DPPH solution was prepared by mixing 0.012 gram of DPPH powder to 30 ml of pure methanol. The DPPH methanolic solution was then wrapped in an aluminium foil after the mixture fully combined and then stored at the chiller before immediate use. The ascorbic acid stock solution was prepared at 1 mg per ml concentration. The ascorbic acid stock solution was then diluted using methanol to 5 different concentrations, 0.05 mg per ml until 0.25 mg per ml. 5 different concentrations of the butterfly pea flower extract was prepared, which are 10 mg per ml until 30 mg per ml. Next, the DPPH methanolic solution was added into the test tube, respectively to the volume of 3 ml. As for ascorbic acid, 2.9 ml of DPPH methanolic solution was added to 0.1 ml of sample, while 2.5 ml of DPPH methanolic solution was added to 0.5 ml of clitoralternate extract. The samples were then mixed using vortex mixer for a few seconds before being wrapped with aluminum foil and kept in the dark at room temperature for 30 minutes. The absorbance of each sample was measured using UVV spectrophotometer at 570 nanometer. Methanol alone was utilized as negative control, whereas ascorbic acid standard was employed as a positive control. The absorbance of the control and sample is measured, and the percentage DPPH scavenging activity will be determined as the formula. Each assay was then performed in triplicate to calculate the average value of absorption. As for the results and discussion part, there are 4 parts included in this chapter. First is the production of butterfly pea flower soap. The recipe of the butterfly pea flower soap was 150 gram of soap base, 46 ml of water, and 0.01 gram of butterfly pea flower extract without any fragrance added. Based on the recipe, 30 bars of butterfly pea flower soaps can be produced. When mixed with water, lather from the soap was observed. So next part is the analysis of butterfly pea flower soap based on survey distribution. This analysis is to gather the user's perception regarding the butterfly pea flower soap distribution. The butterfly pea flower soap was distributed beforehand to the users to enable the users to use and evaluate the butterfly pea flower soap. Then the survey was given to the users to complete. There are 14 questions that are required to be answered and divided into 3 sections, which are Section A, Section B1, and Section B2. Section A is to analyze the demographics of the respondents, in which the question is regarding age and gender of the respondents. Section B1 is about preferences in daily use of soap as a personal hygiene product. Since COVID-19 is still ongoing, people take greater care in personal hygiene to reduce and prevent infections. The use of soap with antiseptic, antibacterial, and antioxidant properties are in high demand in the community. This will ensure that not only them are safe from COVID-19 but also their families. This section is to identify what kind of preferences are needed in soap based on customers or users' point of view. Last section is Section B2, in which to gather feedbacks on butterfly pea flower soap after the respondents have the experience to use the soap given to them. In this survey, it is shown that the respondents are most likely interested in this butterfly pea flower soap. However, if there were any follow-up question based on their usage for a week or 2, it will sum up a significant data on how this butterfly pea flower soap acts as a potential antioxidant soap. The third part is determination of antioxidant compounds through DPPH free radical scavenging activity. The antioxidant potential of extracts from butterfly pea flower sample was assessed using DPPH radical scavenging test. After the DPPH radical was successfully scavenged, it will change the original color, which is purple, to yellow. After that, the absorbance will be seen decreasing at 517 nanometer. As can be seen in these two graphs, which is the first one is graph for butterfly pea flower extract and the next one is the standard, which is ascorbic acid. The comparison between DPPH assay for butterfly pea flower extract and ascorbic acid shows a very different trend line. However, graph of percent inhibition for butterfly pea flower extract still showing a decreasing value of percent of inhibition. Trend line for DPPH assay for ascorbic acid shows a proper drop from the lowest concentration to highest concentration. However, as to refer in another study from Varsha Jadhav study, it shows that the trend line is supposed to be increasing between concentration and percent of inhibition. This error may occur due to the contamination during the process of dilution of concentration between sample extract of butterfly pea flowers and ascorbic acid. Last part of result and discussion is regarding estimation of cost analysis based on the production of butterfly pea flower soap. The butterfly pea flower soap has the potential of getting commercialized in the market as an antioxidant herbal soap as it is contained the antioxidant compound based in the findings of analysis in DPPH assay. Based on the estimation of cost analysis, if the product was sold for Rm2,000 units, then per unit fixed cost is Rm2.02. Cost per unit, which is included variable and fixed cost, is Rm1.70. If the selling price per unit was set to Rm9.90, thus the profit obtained will be Rm8.91 per unit of soap. Then, if the selling reached Rm1,000 units, the profit is Rm4,868. Based on this estimation cost analysis, this butterfly pea flower soap has the potential to be commercialized in the herbal soap of medicinal benefits. Through this study, the evaluation of antioxidant compounds using DPPH assay was performed, with the butterfly pea flower extract as a sample and ascorbic acid as a standard in this experimental assay. The experiment was not achievable as it did not achieve similar result as other authors' findings. The trend line of graph obtained was inversely proportional for the percentage of inhibition versus concentration. The DPPH assay can perform better if there were any other alternative of extraction method of criteria alternative such as maceration technique or freeze drying technique. Other than that, analysis of antioxidant compounds can be performed in few other testing such as FRA-PSA, HRSA, TPC, and TFC. This will ensure that the result of antioxidant compounds can be compared among the testing. Besides, the survey distribution was well distributed among 30 respondents, in which there were few feedbacks on how to improve the production of soap. However, the result would be better if there were higher amount of respondents as highly significant data can be obtained for the potential of antioxidant soap. Lastly, the estimation of cost analysis was performed to study the potential of this soap being commercialized as it can obtain high amount profit per product sold. So I think that is all from me. Thank you.